Welcome to HR with Heart. I'm your host, Jemima House. Last week we did a year-end leadership reset, and this week for our final episode of 2025, we are doing a year-end leadership pulse, which is really a reflection. I know that this week is crazy busy, and this is designed just for you to listen, enjoy, and if you feel so inspired, when you get a moment, to take pen and paper and do a little reflection. I always do reflection at this time of year, just coming up to solstice, which is the 20th, 21st of this month. It's weird that we have Christmas in this season, where we're expected to be sociable, to be kind of high energy, and it's the depths of winter in the Northern Hemisphere. So we're really feeling like we just want to be hibernating, we just want to be sleeping. So thank you for joining me anyway. Thank you for listening if you are. And I know how full on this week is for most of you. So nothing heavy, nothing performance review style, just a gentle check-in and a moment to take stock before the year closes. And I'm going to follow some of the formatting of processes that I use in my own life. I journal every day, and I always write appreciation. Because I feel like it helps me with my direction, with my intention of where I want to go. So I would love to apply this to your year in work so far. So as you reflect and think back over the year, you will likely notice the moments that felt challenging. And it's often harder to notice what went well or what went smoothly. My invitation to you today is to notice 5 things that went well and that you appreciate. That could be a particular connection with a colleague. It could be a project that ended up going really well. It could be how you've been treated. I want you to notice those 5 things, and if you are writing down, great, write them down. If you're not, then just mentally make a small list in your mind. So as you're doing that, take a moment to picture one of those moments in your mind, one that felt really good. Notice what happens in your body as you do that. And just take a breath. Now, there'll be qualities associated with that memory that are really important to you. And they can be used. So they can be focused on, and they can add to your clarity and add to the strength of your intention. Another gentle reflection prompt is, where do you feel that things got tangled up or felt harder than you wanted them to be? Now, because the brain always looks for problems, it's always looking for a job to do, this bit should be quite easy. Generally, it takes 10 positives to outweigh 1 negative in terms of thoughts, just because that's the makeup of us, that's how our minds work. So have a think about one instance, we only want one, of where something got messed up. Maybe there was unclear communication, maybe priorities shifted and you were the last one to know, or maybe something did not move as quickly as you hoped it would. So just noticing, and noticing also what happens in your body when you revisit that. Very often we will feel the same sensations that we felt in that moment. And a really interesting fact is our subconscious doesn't know the difference between past or present. It thinks everything is now, which is why it's a good idea to focus on the things that went well. Anyway, I digress. So, next prompt is, this is something I do with my clients as well. It's called fear inventory. As you contemplate 2026 and coming back into work, what do you feel you are dreading, or you are, maybe fear is quite a strong word, but something that you're just not looking forward to, something that really makes you feel maybe a bit anxious, or makes you feel like, oh, I really don't want that to happen. If you're writing down, again, write that down. And just for shorthand, we're going to call it a fear. Okay, good. So as the year closes, it's really important to just take this time, to take a moment to pause and stop and just think about, well, yes, that went really well. And it probably went well because da-da-da. And you'll get to see how you showed up and how that correlates with how things went well. So in the show notes, I'm going to include something for you that I think will really, really help from a work point of view, if you so desire. If you don't, then obviously you won't. But I'm going to leave the link. I've created something called the Leadership KPI Pulse. It's basically a 10-minute document that you can just go through and just answer 6 questions, and it will give you a synopsis at the end, depending on what your score is. It's really, really good because it's so easy and it's so quick to do. So it doesn't feel like another job, another task. I'm going to leave the note to that. It's a freely available Google Doc that you can just click into, print off, or just do it online. But I think it will really support you in terms of thinking about coming back to work in the new year, hopefully refreshed and full of energy after having a lovely break. But how about focus? Focus and intention. Now, this KPI Pulse is really going to help you with that, because it's going to give you the clarity that you need without you having to think about it and organise your thoughts. I've done it for you. So, I hope that's helpful to you. And also, I just wanted to leave you with a short practice that you can use over the holidays, because I know that even time off can feel overwhelming sometimes, especially with family, with just the change in routine. My invitation to you again is to journal appreciation every day. It doesn't have to take you any longer than about 90 seconds. Just make a list of the things that you feel grateful for, the things that you appreciate, and pay no more mind to that exercise until the end of the week. So let 7 days go by of you doing that practice, and then I want you to reflect and review your mindset as it has been that 7 days. I bet you it will shift towards the positive. Okay, brilliant. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday, and I will be back on the 5th of January with more HR with Heart, and some interviews, which is very exciting. Until next time, bye bye.